compliance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, entitled Senator Bar and Bear Open Public Meeting Act. New Jersey Casino Control Commission on December 9, 2020, filed the Secretary of State at the State House in Trenton an annual meeting schedule. On December 9, 2020, copies were mailed to subscribers. Any member of the public who wishes to address the Commission will be given the opportunity to do so before the Commission adjourns for the day. Please acknowledge the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'd like to welcome everyone who is joining us remotely today. As a measure to mitigate the spread of COVID-19 and to protect the health and safety of meeting participants, as well as members of the public interested in the meeting, the Commission is continuing to use remote collaboration technology for meeting participants. The public is able to listen through access provided on the Commission's website, as well as through our YouTube channel. We will accept comments via email. Public comments can be sent to public.comments@ccc.nj.gov. I'll repeat that. Comments can be sent to public.comments@ccc.nj.gov, beginning now and any time throughout the meeting, ending at the time of the adjournment. This meeting is being transcribed as well as recorded, and minutes will be available on our website in due course. To meeting participant callers, I ask that you follow the instructions provided with the web link or audio call-in code, and place your phones on mute until your matter is called. Also, please remember to identify yourself before speaking for the record.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Please answer when I call your name for the roll, please. Commissioner Molyneux,
Present.
Vice Chair Cooper,
Present.
and Chairman Pelosi.
Present.
There was no closed session held this morning. The first matter for your consideration is the ratification of the minutes of the November 9, 2021 public meeting.
Are there any questions for council or corrections? No. Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to ratify the minutes of the November 9th, 2021 meeting.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Yep. Item number 2 is the approval of the annual meeting schedule for the year 2022.
Are there any questions for council? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the 2022 annual meeting schedule.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. Item number 3 is your consideration of the proposed adoption of the resolution concerning closed sessions relative to public meetings scheduled for the year 2022.
Are there any questions for council?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the draft resolution.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 4 are applications for initial casino key employee licenses and for qualification. They include Krishna B. Baraya, Virgil L. Elam, Brenda E. Garcia, also known as Brenda E. Garcia Albino and Brenda E. Alvino, James B. Miller, Danielle M. Smith, Paul A. Taormina, Richard J. Vaughn. All of the matters have been reviewed by the division as well as the licensing staff, and the recommendation is that the initial casino key employee licenses of the individuals named, except for Ms. Garcia, which will be called separately, be granted.
Are there any questions on any of these matters?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the 6 initial casino key employee licenses.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. With respect to 4C, Brenda E. Garcia, the division has reviewed the matter and recommends that the matter be remanded to the contested case process, which staff concurs with, and recommend that you take that action today.
Are there any questions regarding this matter?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to remand for a hearing the initial casino key employee license application of Brenda E. Garcia.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. Item number 5 are applications for resubmitted casino key employee licenses and for qualification. They include Andrea Alvarado, also known as Andrea Alvarado Rosario, James A. Selly, Christinella N. Dow, also known as Christinella N. Johnson, Joseph Fierro, Luis Morales, also known as Luis A. Morales, Gregory A. Schaaf, Michael J. Schultz, Domenico Sformelli, Priscilla M. Spinelli, also known as Priscilla M. Moeller, Timothy J. Sweeney, Douglas S. Vargas Brenes, also known as Douglas S. Vargas, Catherine A. Walker, Suzanne M. West, also known as Suzanne M. McAllister, and Lawrence E. Zambanini. With respect to all matters, they have been reviewed by the division as well as licensing staff with a recommendation that the resubmitted casino key employee licenses and qualification be granted. However, with respect to Mr. Gregory Schaaf and Mr. Michael J. Schultz, those matters will be called individually as they are qualifier matters and require a roll call vote. The remaining 12 are recommended that the resubmitted casino key employee licenses be granted.
Are there any questions for council on any of these matters?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the 12 resubmitted casino key employee licenses.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. With respect to Gregory A. Schaaf, he is the Surveillance Director for Marina District Development Company, LLC, and as noted, there is no objection to the granting of his key qualification.
Are there any questions regarding this matter? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant resubmitted key license and qualification.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote?
Commissioner Molyneux,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper,
Yes.
and Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
Thank you. The next is Michael J. Schultz. He is the Chief Security for Marina District Development Company, LLC. Again, there is no objection to the granting of his resubmitted key license and qualification.
Are there any questions regarding this matter?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant resubmitted key license and qualification.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote?
Commissioner Molyneux,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper,
Yes.
and Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 6 are approvals through delegation of authority between November 2, 2021 and December 1, 2021 pursuant to Resolution Number 17-01-1111C. Patrick Ehler, Licensing Manager, will review those matters with you. However, no action is required.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. This is Patrick Ehler, Casino Control Commission Licensing and Financial Evaluation Manager. Between November 2nd and December 1st, 2021, the staff of the Casino Control Commission's Regulatory Affairs Division granted the following approvals via delegated authority. On November 10, 2021, temporary key employee licenses were granted to Alfred R. Clayton and Michelle Q. Fulford for table games floor manager positions at Borgata, and to Sandra L. Ward for a dual rate assistant casino shift manager position at Harrah's Atlantic City. On November 16, 2021, temporary key employee licenses were granted to Gina K. Murray for a table games floor manager position at Borgata, and to Nadira M. Powell for a sportsbook supervisor position at Harrah's Atlantic City. On November 19, 2021, a temporary key employee license was granted to Heather M. Shepard for a senior VIP account manager position at Resorts Atlantic City. And on November 23, 2021, temporary casino key employee licenses were granted to Lourdes M. Sierra Rodriguez for a sportsbook supervisor position, and to Danielle A. Williams for a dual rate security shift manager position at Harrah's Atlantic City, and to Jayazray Day for a casino cage cashier supervisor position at Golden Nugget Atlantic City. This shall memorialize the noted approvals that were granted by the Commission's Division of Regulatory Affairs via its delegated authority during this period, and no further Commission action is required. Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 7 are requests for inactivation of casino key employee licenses. Again, I will defer to Patrick Ehler to review those matters with you.
Thank you. Patrick Ehler, Casino Control Commission Licensing and Financial Evaluation Manager. The following 5 individuals have requested to be placed on the Casino Key Employee Approved Inactive List for a period of up to 5 years in lieu of filing a Casino Key Employee License Review application. Patricia Green, John A. Liskowitz, Rachel A. McCall, Charles A. Robinson, Jr., and Ivaliz Santos. Commission staff has reviewed these requests and recommends that you grant the requested relief.
Are there any questions? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the requested relief and order that the 5 casino key employee licenses be inactivated.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Item number 8 is consideration of the lapsing of casino key employee licenses. Again, Mr. Ehler will review those.
Thank you. Patrick Ehler of the Casino Control Commission. At this time, there are 5 individuals for your consideration to lapse their casino key employee license. In these cases, the casino key employee license review application filing deadline has passed, and the individual has not filed a casino key employee license review application or requested to be placed on the approved inactive list. Based on these facts, staff recommends that the casino key employee licenses of Raymond Abamondi, Craig A. Burke, Jennifer R. Phipp, Gerald Hicks Sr., and Sandra J. Morris, also known as Sandra J. Land, be deemed to have lapsed.
Are there any questions on any of these matters?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to find that the 5 casino key employee licenses lapsed pursuant to NJAC 19:41A-6.1F of the regulations.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Item number 9 is consideration of the complaint in State of New Jersey versus Snapnil Desai for a casino key employee license, which is docket number 21-0016 2021-RC. Senior Counsel Teresa Pipinelli will review that matter with you.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. This is Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing for the Commission. Before you is a complaint filed on November 24th of 2021, in which the division seeks the immediate suspension of Mr. Desai's casino key employee license based on an August 14th, 2021 charge of one count of theft by unlawful taking or disposition, a disorderly person's offense, which the division alleges is inimical under the Act and casino operations and therefore disqualifying. Mr. Desai was notified of today's proceedings and has advised Commission legal staff he will not be appearing. You have staff's memo and recommendation for this matter. I would now ask the division to enter their appearance and proceed.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Jocelyn Fedowitz, Deputy Attorney General for the Division of Gaming Enforcement. As Council outlined for you, on November 24th, 2021, the Division filed a complaint and application seeking the immediate suspension and ultimate revocation of the plenary casino key employee license of Respondent Swapnil Desai. As set forth more fully in the Division's complaint, Swapnil Desai was charged on August 14th, 2021 with one count of theft, a disorderly persons offense in violation of NJSA 2C:20-3A. This theft was in connection with Swapnil Desai's employment as a slot supervisor and shift manager at Resorts Casino Hotel. This criminal charge is currently pending adjudication. This criminal charge, as well as the underlying conduct, is disqualifying pursuant to sections 86C3, 86D, and 86G of the Casino Control Act. Additionally, given the alleged conduct and the criminal charge, Swapnil Desai lacks the good character, honesty, and integrity required of casino key employee licensure by Section 89E2 of the Casino Control Act. Accordingly, the division respectfully requests the immediate suspension of the respondent's casino key employee license pending the final resolution of the division's complaint. Thank you.
Thank you. Teresa, for the record, the licensee did not want to appear today.
That's correct. He indicated he would not be appearing today and that he would reach out to council after the public meeting to discuss how he wants to proceed.
Thank you. Are there any questions for council?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the division's application to suspend Swapnil Desai's casino key employee license and remand the matter for a hearing.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 10 is the petition of Harrah's Atlantic City Operating Company, LLC, doing business as Harrah's Resort Atlantic City, for the issuance of a temporary casino key employee license to John Baldessaro III pursuant to NJSA 51289E, and to permit him to assume the duties and exercise the powers of Vice President of Security pending his plenary qualification. Again, Senior Counsel Pipinelli will review that matter with you.
Good morning again, Chairman and Commissioners. Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing again on behalf of the Commission. For your consideration, as Ms. Fauntleroy indicated, is the request for a temporary qualification and temporary casino key employee license for John Baldessaro III, which would permit him to serve as Vice President of Security for Harrah's Atlantic City Operating Company, LLC, pending his plenary qualification and licensure. You have staff's memo and recommendation for this matter. A draft resolution was circulated to the parties. I believe Bessie Sacco is here on behalf of petitioners, and Connor Martin is here on behalf of the division, and I would now ask them to enter their appearances for the record and proceed.
Good morning, Chairman Pelosi, Commissioners. Beth Sacco, Vice President, Chief Counsel, Regional Operations for Caesars Entertainment. The petition before you, as Teresa Pimpinelli pointed out, is for the temporary casino key employee licensure of John Baldessaro to serve as the Vice President of Security for Harrah's Resort Atlantic City, as well as approval for him to exercise the powers and perform the duties of his position pending his plenary qualification. I have reviewed the division's letter interposing no objection to this petition, and I've also reviewed the resolution, and I find it to be acceptable. And unless the commission has any questions, I would respectfully request that the petition be granted and Mr. Baldessaro be issued a temporary casino key employee license and temporary qualification. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Connor Martin, Deputy Attorney General for the Division of Gaming Enforcement. We emailed the Commission on December 1st, 2021, stating that the Division does not object to the issuance of a temporary casino key employee license and qualification for John Baldessaro III to assume the duties and perform the functions of Vice President of Security for Harrah's Atlantic City Operating Company, LLC. We have reviewed the draft resolution and have no objections. Thank you.
Are there any questions for council?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the joint petition and issue a temporary casino key employee license to John Baldessaro III pursuant to NJSA 5:12-89E and NJSA 19:41A-5.3D, and permit him to assume the duties and exercise the powers of Vice President of Security for Harrah's Atlantic City Operating Company, LLC, pending plenary qualification in accordance with the conditions contained in NJSA 5:12-85.1, NJSA 5:12-89, and NJAC 13:69C-2.6.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Molyneux,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper,
Yes.
and Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Item
you.
number 11 is the amended joint petition of Caesars Entertainment, Inc., Harrah's Atlantic City Operating Company, LLC, Boardwalk Regency, LLC, Tropicana Atlantic City Corp., doing business as Tropicana Casino and Resort, and Caesars Interactive Entertainment, New Jersey, LLC, requesting permission for Sandra D. Morgan to assume the duties and exercise the powers of Director of Caesars Entertainment, Inc., pending plenary qualification. This matter was initiated for your review by a petition filed on November 24, 2021 by the named petitioners seeking Ms. Morgan's temporary qualification to serve as a member of the Board of Directors of Caesars Entertainment, Inc. The petition was amended to note a correction on December 1. With your permission, Mr. Chairman, the attorneys are here. I would ask that they enter their appearances and speak to the matter directly.
Proceed.
Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners. Pacifico Agnolini from Brownstein Hyatt Farber Schreck on behalf of Caesars Entertainment, Inc. and its affiliated New Jersey casino licensees.
Connor Martin on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement.
Before you today is a petition seeking the temporary qualification of Sandra D. Morgan, pending her plenary qualification. We have filed that petition on behalf of the petitioners. We have reviewed the division's report. We have reviewed the draft resolution and have no comments or objections, and would ask that you approve the relief sought and issue the resolution as drafted. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. The division filed a letter earlier this morning, December 8th, 2021, stating that the division does not object to the temporary qualification of Sandra Douglas Morgan to assume the duties and exercise the powers of Director of Caesars Entertainment, Inc. Further, the division consents to this matter being heard today, although the application has not been on file for 30 days as required by NJAC 13:69C-2.7C2. We have reviewed the draft resolution and have no objection. Thank you.
Are there any questions for council? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the draft resolution and authorize Sandra D. Morgan on a temporary basis and prior to her plenary qualification to assume the duties and exercise the powers as a member of the Board of Directors for Caesars Entertainment Incorporated, subject to the conditions contained in NJSA 5:12-85.1C and NJAC 13:69C-2.7C.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Molyneux,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper,
Yes.
and Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
Item number 12. Thank you, gentlemen. Item number 12 is the petition of Marina District Development Company, LLC, for the issuance of a temporary casino key employee license to Travis Lunn pursuant to NJSA 5:12-89E, and to permit him to assume the duties and exercise the powers of President and Chief Operating Officer pending his plenary qualification. This matter was initiated by a petition filed November 23, 2021, seeking Mr. Lunn's temporary key license and qualification to serve in the capacity indicated as President and COO of MDDC, also known as Brigada. With your permission, Mr. Chairman, council are present, and I would ask that they identify themselves and proceed accordingly.
Good morning, Chair Pelosi, Vice Chair Cooper, and Member Molyneux. Pat Madamba, Senior Vice President and Legal Counsel for MGM Resorts International and Marina District Development Company, on behalf, also known as Brigada. On behalf of Brigada and Mr. Lunn, Mr. Lunn is seeking his temporary casino key employee license and temporary qualification in order to assume the duties as President and Chief Operating Officer of Brigada at the beginning of January. Melanie will be returning to National Harbor at that time, and Travis, Mr. Lunn, who currently serves as the President and Chief Operating Officer of Beau Rivage in Mississippi, will be moving up to Atlantic City. I've reviewed the draft resolution, and it's fine in form and substance. Accordingly, we would just ask that he be approved today. And additionally, when Mr. Lunn is up here in January, we will bring him over to the commission, if that's okay with the commission, to meet you in person. Thank you.
Thank you. We look forward to meeting Mr. Lunn.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Tracy Richardson, Deputy Attorney General for the Division of Gaming Enforcement. We filed a response with you on December 6th of no objection to the temporary casino key employee licensure and temporary qualification for Travis Lunn as the new President and Chief Operating Officer for Brigada. We've also reviewed the draft resolution and have no objections. Thank you.
Are there any questions for council? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the joint petition and issue a temporary casino key employee license to Travis Lunn pursuant to NJSA 5:12-89E and NJSA 19:41A-5.3, and permit him to assume the duties and exercise the powers of President and Chief Operating Officer for Marina District Development Company, LLC, pending plenary qualification in accordance with the conditions contained in NJSA 5:12-85.1C, NJSA 5:12-89, and NJAC 13:69C-2.6.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Molyneux,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper,
Yes.
and Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
There is an addendum to the agenda, which is item number 14, which is the temporary qualification of Noel Hayden as a security holder for Premier Entertainment AC LLC and Bally's Corporation. The petition was filed on November 5, 2021, and I believe that council is present, and I would ask that they address that matter.
Good morning, Chair, Commissioners. Lynn Levin-Kaufman, Cooper Levinson, for the petitioners Premier Entertainment, AC LLC, and Bally's Corporation. As stated, petitioner filed a petition seeking temporary qualification for Noel Hayden to act as and exercise the powers of a security holder of over 5% of Bally's Corporation, pending his temporary qualification. I have reviewed the draft resolution and have no objections, and therefore I request that Mr. Hayden be so temporarily qualified. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Alessandra Baldini, Deputy Attorney General, responding on behalf of the division. The division has reviewed the petition dated November 5th and submitted the division's response to be dated November 16th, and no objection to the temporary qualification request. Yesterday, the division provided its minor comments, but has otherwise no objections to the draft resolution. Thank you.
Are there any questions for council? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the joint petition and grant the relief requested in the petition and grant Noel Hayden temporary qualification in accordance with the conditions contained in NJSA 5:12-85.1C and NJAC 13:69C-2.7 to hold over 5% of the common stock of Bally's Corporation pending plenary qualification.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Molyneux,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper, and Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Chairman, with your permission, I will return to the item that I skipped, which is item number 13. That was inadvertent, I apologize. For consideration of the initial casino key employee licensure and plenary qualification of Kenya J. Evans to serve as Executive Director, Information Technology for MGM Resorts International. Ms. Evans' matter was initially presented on March 2, 2021, by way of a petition filed on that date, seeking her temporary qualification to serve in the capacity indicated. You considered her temporary qualification at the March 10, 2021 meeting, at which time you granted that request. She is now before you for her plenary qualification to serve in the capacity indicated Executive Director, Information Technology. With your permission, Mr. Chairman, council is present, and I would ask that they enter their appearances and proceed.
Well, good morning. For the record, again, Pat Madamba, Senior Vice President, Legal Counsel for MGM Resorts International and Marina District Development Company. We would just ask that you grant the plenary qualification and casino key employee license to Ms. Evans. I've reviewed the draft resolution and it's fine in form and substance. Thank you very much.
Good morning again, Chairman and Commissioners. Tracy Richardson, Deputy Attorney General for the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have our report recommending the plenary casino key employee licensure and qualification for Kenya Evans as Executive Director of Information Technology for MGM Resorts International. We've also reviewed the draft resolution and have no objections. Thank you.
Are there any questions for council? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the draft resolution and A, grant an initial casino key employee license to Kenya J. Evans, and B, find Ms. Evans qualified to serve as Executive Director, Information Technology for MGM Resorts International, in accordance with NJSA 5:12-85.1, NJSA 5:12-89B, and NJAC 13:69C-2.7, and further grant the petitioner's request to waive the residency requirement as provided for in NJSA 5:12-89B4.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote?
Commissioner Molyneux,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper,
Yes.
and Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
Thank you. In accordance with Resolution 21-12-0803, the next closed session shall be held on Wednesday, January 12, 2022, at 9:30 a.m. in the Commission offices.
This is the public participation portion of the meeting. Ms. Fauntleroy, do we have any comments?
Mr. Chairman, we do not.
The public participation portion is now closed. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.